Rhythm and Soul Radio, we have our guest with us, LMarilyn Crawford. You just heard Soul to Soul, Back to Life. That is the mission for us to get back to life. And LMarilyn Crawford, as I explained earlier, is the only minority distributor of Invisismart here in the United States. Invisismart is a company that is providing preventative technologies to protect against not just COVID, but all pathogens that
Yes.
are transmissible and could be dangerous to us. And we were talking about I wanted to get to the importance of what Invisismart does in terms of the spray, because you mentioned it's really the coating, even more so than the
solution.
coating that they use here.
Coatings peel off. It's the solution that is actually soaked in, because it can't go anywhere. It's in the material. Matter of fact, we're looking at putting it in clothing and etc. But it is the solution, and the solution can last anywhere from, if you're spraying in a building, a stadium, a school, an office building, a restaurant, a library, a retail store, a drugstore, that can last anywhere from 1 year to 5 years. So anytime people come in and touch whatever they're touching, touch the counter, touch the door, et cetera, and we give them a seal that says Invisismart seal. There's a reason they call it Invisismart. It's invisible and it seals your safety. So we give them that Invisismart safety seal, so everybody knows when they walk into that building is safe. The important thing to note, and I shared a little bit of this with you during the break, so I want to share it with the whole world.
Yeah, please. Yes.
Is that I lost my mother, my father, and my brother already before COVID. My nuclear family is shrinking, as I'm sure other people who are getting older, their family shrinks or they have a small family. During the height of COVID, my niece had my grandnieces, 2 twins, Tony and Timmy, during the height of COVID. She had to go into the hospital, deliver twins, and then come back home safe. So I have all ages. I have the teenagers. I have the 6-year-olds. I have the 20-year-olds. I have Generation X, Generation Z, all of those in my family. I have 3 senior citizen sisters. You know, I have a senior citizen brother-in-law who, you know, has other concerns, you know, because if you have other concerns, you really have to be careful. Yes. So, and I have other concerns. So it's important that people let this sink in. Don't take it lightly, because we just finished a very heated, we didn't finish it, it's still going on, even though the winner has been named, and it's going to go on forever because they politicize COVID. And what's important to note is nothing is more of a priority than coronavirus. You know what? Because you can't make money, you can't have Wall Street, you can't have stock, you can't have a job, you can't do anything if you have coronavirus. So what people are talking about, oh, I want to get back out there. I want to get back out there. You have a choice. Buckle down, get it together, live, then go back out there. And go back out there being responsible, because you have to come back home to your family. And you have mothers and fathers, some of you have aunts and uncles, you have, you know, little kids, you know. So the exposure level is huge. So you have to be safe. Plus, for people of color, we're dying 3 times faster. So we have to really, really be cognizant of wearing the protective gear. Now, the difference is that if you wear Invisismart Mask, and you can do shop.invisismart.com, if you wear that mask, you are protecting not only yourself, but other people. So it works both ways. And our mask, like I said, lasts either 5 days or 30 days. And most masks last 1 day, okay? And it doesn't have any solution in it. You just have a cover, you know? You don't have a solution that's killing off the germs. And what's also important is that the solution is very safe. It's non-carcinogenic. It's very, very safe. So it can be in the schools, it can be in the factories, it can be in the office buildings, okay? It's because it doesn't use carcinogenics, it is extremely possible to have it anywhere around your food, anywhere you need to have it, and go about your regular business. Back to life.
Right. What's interesting, you mentioned earlier in the interview that, the politicization of, if that's a word,
It is.
Of
we can use any words we want.
The politics of COVID and how it's been politicized and everything, and that, and then you mentioned you're a businesswoman, and I think people, naturally see health and business as things that are that should not go together. But you're showing that it is. How did you find this and get involved in this? Because obviously, with COVID, there's been a lot of business around COVID about people either creating their own mask or starting this mask, or
there are people that have all these beautiful masks, and I have a lot of them, with different designs and etc. But I wear my Invisismart mask under the, if I want to change my style under those masks, so I'm safe. Now, let me go back to your question. How did I get involved? I was already doing supplying PPE, and it's like there's got to be, what is the best PPE? Because there's so many scams out there, and people saying that they can deliver 2 million N95s, etc. Well, first of all, they're not made in our country. In Invisismart, we have factories in Virginia. We have factories around the world. Mexico, we have factories all the way around the world in different countries. But we have factories here in the United States, which is very important. Secondly, I was saying, now, what is the most effective mask? So I did a lot of research on that. So one of my partners already had clearance and we were doing a lot of work with DOD, Department of Defense, and they need the best. So we started researching and found this chemist in London who had designed Invisismart. And we had a conversation with her, and she's a chemist, and that's what she does. She is an expert in her industry. She's also a savvy businesswoman who recognized branding and marketing talent, and how she needed to do a strategic partnership with me and with Leon, who's my partner. So the three of us came together, and that's how this all got started. Wait a minute, I want to take it one step further. Also reaching out to us was Alec Baldwin, because Daniel Baldwin, his brother, started doing the same thing everybody else is doing, looking for the best mask for his family. His mother's older. He has kids. Alex has 6 kids that he loves and adores. He has a new wife, not a new wife, a wife and a new baby. Daniel has a family, and they have the Baldwin brothers. Everybody knows Alex from Saturday Night Live. Okay.
Yes.
So they contacted Invisismart and say, hey, I want to be a part of spreading this word, because we've been researching, and this is the best mask out there. And Alec Baldwin does not, he only says what he thinks, when he thinks it, how he thinks it, whenever he wants to say it. He is not one to be bought. So we have the endorsement of Alec Baldwin, Daniel Baldwin, etc. We have the endorsement of the top medical university in the world, one of the top 3. We have the endorsement of, NASA consultants. We have the endorsement of EPA labs, FDA. It's non-carcinogenic. It brings everything to the table. It is a solution, not a coating. It is in the mask. And the mask looks pretty, I must say. You want to see it?
Oh, sure. Please show it to us.
Hold on.
So, at Soul Radio, we are talking with LMarilyn Crawford. She is the only minority distributor of Invisismart in the United States. Invisismart, again, is a company specializing in preventative technology, manufacturing, and distributing revolutionary coating, and is responsible for the Invisismart Shield and Invisismart Mask that LMarilyn Crawford is about to show us right now.
Okay, the mask comes like this, the individual mask.
Okay.
And it tells you if it's 30 days, it'll tell you if it's 5 days. But it comes sealed, not in some Ziploc bag. It's sealed in the factory. And everything in the factory is Invisismart sealed and safety sealed. So in order to get to the mask, you have to open it.
Sealed, yep.
It's definitely sealed. And you can reseal it after you come in from the house. It reseals itself.
Okay.
This is the mask. The difference is, number one, it's coated. Number two, it's extra large. Number three, it has adjustable ears, because a lot of people complain because it hurts their ears.
Yeah.
And check this out. It comes in white and in black.
Okay.
So there's no excuse for not being safe. So you have the mask, you have the spray, you have the industrial spray, the residential spray, you have the sanitizer, which is beautiful, and you can get it in different.
Well, you know what? But why don't we we'll go to some music and we'll come back. You can show us some more of the products as we wrap up and remind people how they can get some of the products. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's Rhythm and Soul Radio. We'll have more with LMarilyn Crawford and talk more about Invisismart and the products of Invisismart that will protect us and keep us safe so that we can get back to life and we can continue to enjoy the music as we have more music on Rhythm and Soul Radio.